Good morning, Lompoc.
Good morning, Lompoc. It's good to see you. Well, eventually. We had some more difficulties, technical difficulties today. So we're recording the show. It's not live, but we're gonna upload it immediately after we're done. We did everything on our end, but we're still dealing with some difficulties, and it's just frustrating. But
Very
anyway,
frustrating.
we've got a fun show, and one way or another, we wanted to make sure and get it to you.
Jeremy, I did notice that you're a little bit blurry.
I am blurry. Let me fix it. Is that my head? I don't know if it's better or not.
Yeah,
better?
I think so.
Okay. So I was going to ask you guys.
We
if
just
you can
don't have
hear
20/20 vision, or maybe we do. I don't know.
But anyway, so we have a great show. We have an amazing interview with a local, amazing person and advocate for the community, Chuck Madson. At the end of today's show, we have a special song from Whiplash Girl, which is incredible and really amazing. Thanks for recording that and sending that in yesterday. And we've got lots of fun stuff to talk about here too. So anyway, sorry that the live thing didn't work. Hopefully we'll figure it out or get some different software for next time.
I think we're going to move on to some new software.
Well, or they're going to have to pay us. So it is frustrating.
I'm done with
this is our 47th episode.
Yes.
So it seems like the last couple have been really difficult to get out, but we're really hoping to get to 50, which should happen hopefully in the next month or two.
Yes.
So, anyway, Michelle?
I don't know. I think I'm just super frustrated with 2020, and 2020 hasn't been fun. But I don't know if you saw this. I think this was a week and a half ago. Yeah. But did anybody think that there might be, both snow and fire at the same time? And if so, good job.
Yeah, well.
Hell did freeze over. So 2020.
Place your bets, folks. What's the odds?
Oh, gosh. And then, I think that the scariest number up here is, definitely 2020.
In the running, definitely,
I don't think that the 13 or 666 has anything on 2020. So
that was old school. Yeah.
But at least you don't have to wait until 5 o'clock. I know after this episode, I probably won't. And Brad has a fun
well, see, that's the
morning pick me up for later.
It's 9:15 Pacific time in the morning, and we got up this morning. Michelle woke me up
at 3:30
just to get our show prepped and done and ready.
Oh man!
And then we went to go, and everything was updated, and it still didn't work.
Yes.
So anyway. Bear with us.
We're a little bit frazzled.
Yeah. But we'll probably have a drink right after our show.
Yeah. Well, no, probably not.
Bloody Mary, maybe?
But also, just to take a deep breath and show that just the animals are also feeling this 2020 too. I don't know if you saw these, but this was pretty funny. That's basically how I'm feeling right now with 2020. It's just like, get me out of here.
I don't know if it's hot or cold.
And talk to the hand, right? I thought these were hilarious. There's a whole gallery of these online. And that's basically how I feed you, huh?
Yeah. Do I? Yeah.
You meaning like you don't get any food? That's all.
You do need to chew your food sometimes.
These, I think I put that up there twice. But yeah, that's me at the end.
This is great. So follow the leader.
Oh man!
Hang on, guys.
I can't take it anymore either.
Give me a minute.
I'm
not feeling so well.
I'm definitely sick. And then these animals. I don't know if you know what that is, but that is a cat on a sheep's body.
So someone took cat faces and applied them to other animals.
And I think that this is brilliant because they are so funny.
Look at that. A sea cat.
And then this might be one of my favorites of them all. It almost looks just like a rooster. It's just,
That's pretty funny.
And that's, what is that?
That's like a
what
squirrel.
Is it a squirrel or a rat?
Chipmunk or a squirrel.
It kind of looks like a tree rat. And that one's my favorite.
Yeah.
That little face.
A cat owl.
Oh my goodness. A cat owl. But 2020, it's been important to help each other. And even the dogs are getting that too.
We have to support each other.
They are supporting one another.
This is creative. I don't know how he got those two other dogs to work with him, but that's pretty impressive.
I don't know how they agreed to that.
I thought cats were smarter.
God. And they're still smiling about it.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
But also good news coming up, not this weekend, but the following weekend.
Yes.
Sunday, September 27th, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Southside Coffee is going to be reopening.
Our favorite coffee shop.
Yes.
Yay. Hallie Bedford.
Hallie Dyer.
She got married now. Sorry.
Hallie Dyer.
She's opening, and I got a sneak peek inside. It's beautiful. They've been working really hard, updating it, still keeping its original feel.
Awesome.
But like updating it to today as well. So that's super exciting. And hopefully, so they're going to have some tables outside for a while. And then next door where they have kind of the guy sells a bunch of random stuff, they're going to be able to use that space outside as well.
So you know what that means. When we get there, what everybody's going to have to be singing, right? Mm-hmm. What are we going to sing?
Well, you tell me.
Do you guys want me to sing?
I think everybody wants you to sing, Michelle.
Making my way in the world today has some... Hold on. Let me find it. Hold on.
Where's your...
Making your way in the world today takes everything you got. Wouldn't you like to get away? Sorry.
Where everybody knows your name.
Where everybody knows your name.
We're just super loopy today. So anyway.
And they're always glad you... Okay, if everybody didn't turn it off by now. Okay,
well no one's listening at the moment.
You can mute us, I guess. But anyways, we're really excited about that.
Congratulations, Hallie. And we cannot wait to be there.
Yes, absolutely. Also happening this Sunday, I don't know if anybody's heard about this yet, but Tale of 10,000 Cities. This is a husband and wife duo, and they are traveling across the country to different cities.
With their young daughter, Violet.
With their little girl, Violet. And they came to Lompoc a few weeks ago and interviewed a bunch of people. Yeah. And so they're basically just trying to celebrate these small towns. And they wanted to originally show their little girl, who I think just turned 1, 100 cities before her first birthday. And so this has kind of been like their way of, going different places and making 2020 work. So if you have a chance to check out their Facebook page, it's called The Tale of 10,000 Cities. And this is going to be coming up on Sunday. So they have 2 parts to this episode because they enjoyed their experience in Lompoc so much. And this Sunday show is going to feature a bunch of great folks: Dare to Dream Farms, Honeyfly Yoga, The Mission, all kinds of stuff. Restaurants, you can read it up there. So anyways, that should be a lot of fun. We'll also be sure to share it on our page. So you guys should definitely check them out. So we're very excited.
But it's interesting to see, to get perspective from somebody visiting our town and spending enough time to dig into some of the really cool and fun and unique things that we have here. Sometimes when we're here, we get a little bit, within ourselves and we forget like some of the better things. And it was a breath of fresh air to have those folks and to meet them a couple weeks ago. And we're just excited that they wanted to show off our town a little bit. So, very cool.
Anyways, so that's that. So next I have Miss Alaia with her fun fact for Friday. So thank you so much, Miss Alaia.
Good morning, Lompoc. This is Alaia with Fun Fact Friday. Today's theme is fall. Fall used to be called harvest because the harvest moon was closest to the autumn equinox. This pumpkin spice has nothing to do with pumpkins.
What?
It's just the spice mix used in pumpkin pie.
What?
The last fact is, fall colors are caused by the amount of sugar in leaves. The more red in a leaf, the more sugar the leaf is storing. Fall starts on Tuesday. Have a great fall, you guys. Bye.
Thank you so much, Miss Alaia.
That was awesome.
She also reminded me about pumpkin spice, which was inspiration for Brad, too.
God. Yeah, he's back.
So I never really thought about pumpkin spice much because I've never been a big fan of the pumpkin spice latte. It's a little sweet for me. Yeah. But when you put it in a cocktail, I like it a lot better.
So Brad put something together, I guess.
Yeah. I think Brad was due backs, right? Because it's been a little while since he's...
You tend to pursue him more than I do, so...
Anyways, here is Brad with his pumpkin spice cocktail.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Brad here, aka my favorite bartender. We are here because we're excited. It's almost the end of summer. That means fall is arriving and we're going to be making something very special. What? Let me tell you. It's called pumpkin spice cocktail 2020 style. Because if you know what I mean, this year has not been the easiest. So I'm thirsty means, gonna put something extra in there. Yeah. So, as Miss Alaia said, there's not really any pumpkin in pumpkin spice. So we had to figure it out, and here at home, we found the spices and put them together and made our own pumpkin spice. So we'll have 4 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of allspice, 1 teaspoon of cloves, 2 teaspoons of ground ginger, and 1 teaspoon of nutmeg. Let's start with 1 shot of bourbon. 2020 has no problem with this. Now, cold brew coffee that we made ourselves. It's really easy. You kind of coarse grind some coffee beans and you let it soak with really good water. Day 2, 3, or 4. I want to do 2 shots, which is roughly 6 tablespoons. Okay, we heated a half a cup of maple syrup and added 1 teaspoon of our mixture. We're gonna do 1 shot of this delicious pumpkin spice syrup that we made. Okay, so now that I've got my ingredients in there, I think we're ready to shake it up. I'm gonna put a little bit of ice in there, and I'm gonna put a little bit of ice in my cocktail glass here that I've put a little bit of our pumpkin spice right on the rim. So I think we're ready to shake it up. Brad, you've been working out this week. Bringing our A game. Okay, I'm so sore. You don't have to go crazy with this one. Okay, let's see what we have here. I'll put that right in there. Right there. Okay, last step, we're gonna take a little bit of cream. Now I have a bar spoon here, just to make sure it doesn't just go straight to the bottom. I'm gonna take just about a tablespoon and a half of cream. I'll layer it right over the top. So there we go. And as you can see, we've got this nice, beautiful layer of our cream just starting to sink into our pumpkin spice cocktail. Now this drink works 24 hours a day. Trust me. Oh my pumpkin.
That looked delicious, Brad.
I did get to taste it last night. Brad offered me a tiny taste, and it was really, really good. I was actually very impressed.
It was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the only way I will be doing the pumpkin spice latte.
We have to buy him clothes for Christmas. I think that's a requirement.
Well, check it out.
Yes.
And if you don't want any bourbon, I think that drink would be delicious on its own as well, whether it be hot or cold.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You could probably use it with and make it almost like a chai tea, but make it more the pumpkin spice.
Yeah.
Like using tea as your base would be kind of good too.
That'd be good. You can always add some bitters in there too.
Mix it up a little bit. But anyway, happy pumpkin spice spiked
Season.
beverage.
Yeah.
Time. Yes. Is mine ready yet?
Almost.
All right.
All right. So our main event today is our interview with Mr. Chuck Madson. I just think that his story provides a lot of perspective, which I think we need today. I think we're all searching for perspective because 2020 really does suck. And obviously some people have it a lot harder than others. And I'm so sorry to all the parents and teachers on Zoom. This cannot be fun, but we feel your technological difficulties as well. So,
but something that we wanted to bring with this story, and it has certain similarities to our story from last time with Mr. Washington, but it has to do with just an incredible story of overcoming and redemption, and you don't have to ever give up on something. So there's an incredible story. I know Chuck now through him having been on a couple of committees and seen his good work throughout the community. He's on the board at the Chamber of Commerce. He's so engaged, but to know where he started, it's just incredible. So we wanted to bring this story to you all because it's uplifting and it reminds us, hey, never give up.
Yep.
It's good perspective.
Right. So here's Mr. Chuck Madson. Thank you so much for spending some time with us yesterday.
I spent 6 years of my youth incarcerated in institutions in LA County, juvenile halls, camps, treatment centers. At 19, coming out into the world on my own and figuring out a way to live, I quickly got involved in drug use. I worked in the heating and air conditioning industry in San Fernando Valley for 13 years, but continued to use meth on a daily basis for all those years. And functioned what I thought was functioning. Had a daughter, had a marriage, had a home in Granada Hills, and but couldn't give up the addiction. My mother passed away here in Lompoc, almost 20 years ago. After that, quickly went off, the deep end into addiction and ended up out in the middle of the desert making methamphetamine. Went to prison 15 years ago for manufacturing meth. Got a 4-year sentence, did 2, and it's probably the best thing that could have happened to me. I really had an opportunity to reflect on who I was, where I was, what I was doing with my life. I thought that I would never have the opportunity to live without the use of drugs, just because I couldn't stop. So during those couple years incarcerated, I really reflected on a lot of things. Part of that reflection sitting in that cell was that, my life wasn't mine anymore. I had to give back. I had to think about others first. A miracle during that time was I was placed in a cell with an individual that was serving a life sentence. The first thing he said is do you mind if we sit down and pray? So that opened up the door to a year of really investigating, who I was as a man, what I was doing with my life, what I wanted to be. And I walked out of that cell, a year later, a whole new person with a whole new motivation. I spent the next year before my release really focusing on where I wanted to go, what I wanted to do. I was able to get myself enrolled in Allen Hancock College even before release, and get a transfer, what they call a transfer from the San Fernando Valley to the Santa Barbara County, and ended up here, with nothing. Walked into an NA meeting in Lompoc for the first time, my first day here. Didn't know anybody except for my grandparents. Started attending Allen Hancock College, finished some courses there, got my certificate in drug and alcohol counseling. I wanted to give back to the community. I wanted to help those struggling with addiction. My first day off parole, I applied for a job at Good Samaritan Detox here in town and got the job. Worked there for a year while I was finishing up school. Then was hired on at Coast Valley Treatment Centers as their first adolescent counselor. One of the first things I tried to do through Coast Valley was connect other agencies within our community. So I reached out to them, and said, how can we communicate? How can we work together to support, these individuals that are struggling? To come together in a collaborative way, to really empower the community or empower those in need. I currently work for CADA, the Council on Alcoholism and Drug Abuse, and I oversee all of their treatment programs countywide.
Wow. Talk to us about the complications of addiction and why we shouldn't give up on people.
So there's a lot that comes with, addiction and individuals suffering with addiction. And I think the first step is providing them the opportunity, to have a different life, and then viewing them as human beings. And an example is, locally for Lompoc is our homeless issue. I was part of the triage center when we tried to, help those in the riverbed move out of the riverbed. And the awareness that came to me was that the majority of those, between 70 and 80 of those were from Lompoc. They were children of families in Lompoc. They were connected to our community. Addiction, and drug use is a common thing. It's not something that, is as long as it's not in my backyard anymore. It's we almost every family or all of us know somebody that's suffering with addiction or that uses or that, has some type of substance use history or abuse. So it's a epidemic. It's affecting our community in a very powerful way.
Aside from dealing with drug and addiction issues, you've been focused lately more so on the youth. Tell us why and talk to us about what you're trying to accomplish.
Living here, and seeing this amazing community that we have, There's not too many like Lompoc anymore, the size and where we're located and everything like that. My focus really became on helping the youth population before they ended up in the legal system.
Right.
Whether it be through, addiction or drug use or experimentation or, violence or whatever it is. Our future is our youth, any way we look at it. If we're supporting our youth and giving them options, for a better future, they will become our leaders, and who knows better what we need in our community than our youth. The miracle happens for each of us, if we put in the work. I know a lot of it is that I chose to put in the work, when I got out. I chose to, do things the right way. And it's really neat to see, those individuals, that are choosing to do that. But we as a community have an obligation to help and support those, changes and individuals. They can't do it on their own.
Thank you so much, Chuck.
So inspirational.
Yeah.
And perspective. So if you want to meet one of the most
which I guess
incredible...
is the theme of 2020, perspective.
So now Chuck has some amazing tattoos, and when you see him or people don't know who he is, he might catch you off guard. You're like, wow.
Yeah.
But he is the kindest, sweetest man you'll probably meet here in Lompoc, and the work that he's done, especially letting young people know that, hey, don't give up yet. Avoid some of the pitfalls that he's gone through, and he's helping out our community so much. So we're so grateful to know him and for his great work.
Yes, and I definitely appreciated his message of not focusing on labels, not focusing on stereotypes, and so being like, we got to get rid of the homeless in the riverbeds. It's like, how do we rehabilitate the homeless who are, like he said, like 70 to 80% are people who were once part of the Lompoc community, who just couldn't get back up on their feet. So I think embracing that side, I think we can only make us stronger as a community and a society, right?
Absolutely.
So
I agree.
Anyways, thank you so much, Chuck. We appreciate it. Hopefully that was helpful for everybody as well. And maybe you already know Chuck, so give him a shout out if you can't. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Okay, we're about ready to wrap up the show. Quick announcement. We are taking next week off. It seems like we're taking all the weeks off because it wasn't working today, but there is a reason for that. We've got a lot on our plate right now. I've got a special event that I'm doing in the evening on the 25th. So anyway, our next show, I believe, will be on October 2nd.
Yes.
And we already have guests lined up. We already have some music lined up for that. So it's going to be a great show, and hopefully we'll have figured out all the issues.
Yeah, I think we'll probably switch to some new software, so this won't happen again. I apologize. Sorry about that today, guys. So last we have Whiplash Girl. So this is Taylor Valencia and Caleb Christian. Hopefully I'm pronouncing his last name right. But they are a young indie rock pop duo here in Lompoc.
And Taylor is not just another teenage girl here. I mean,
well, she graduated from Cabrillo High School last year, so class of 2020, and she was also the Flower Festival queen.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
So Taylor was the winner of the Flower Festival queen this year, so she is the reigning queen.
Yep. I know it looked a little bit different this year, but yeah. So, anyways, they put together an awesome video. They just recorded yesterday, I believe, at Certain Sparks.
Yeah, they went in. They went in yesterday afternoon at Certain Sparks and nailed this take and sent it our way. So we're very grateful.
This is literally hot off the presses. This is Whiplash Girl with Taylor and Caleb.
And don't forget, we'll see you October 2nd.
Thank you guys so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Good morning, Lompoc. I'm Taylor Valencia, and this is my good friend Caleb Christian, and we're in a band called Whiplash Girl, and we're going to do a song called The Girl for you guys today, which is also available on our SoundCloud and our Spotify if you want to listen to it again. The girl wants to stay with her friends tonight. The girl always hates goodbyes. She always looks like her, do I know it from somewhere? I know she's probably thinking of another one. We didn't even say goodbye. I know she'd be the first first one to say so. The university of the fairer sex is never one that's fully said. I was alone when I saw her first. I was alone when I saw her first. I was alone when I saw her that night. How much of me do you see in her, the girl that you want to love? How much of me have you been using? I thought that you said you were happy too, but you were crying when you left that room. Jealousy seemed to have tricked us both this time. How long now have you been seeing her, the girl that you took from me? I never thought I'd fall by the wayside until now. All of these things that you never said, all of these things that you never said, all of these things that you never said.